Hello, my name is Margaret Adele, and welcome to the Frankenbook Challenge. This challenge is part of the Monsterathon, a readathon running the entire month of September. I am one of the team leaders, and I want more points, so I definitely want to do this. Now, the challenge itself is to create a Frankenbook using pieces of 7 other books. These had to be picked randomly. So I went on my Goodreads and I noted how many books I had on there, and then I told some friends from a group chat to pick me 7 numbers between 1 and 279 and then corresponded them with that list. So I already know what these books are. I don't have the best idea of how I'm going to put them together yet, but let's jump right in. So book 1 is the head of our Frankenbook, or the protagonist, and for this one I got Alien Taste by One Spencer. I'm super happy with this because I love the protagonist of this series. Ukiah Oregon is this Native American tracker, but also, spoilers, part alien, so which means my book is going to be sci-fi. Yes! And he is an adorable soft boy with a found family and this like adoptive father figure, and it's just so cute. I love him, and so I'm so happy he's my protagonist. Up next is the body, aka the plot of the story, and for this one I got The Mermaid Upstairs by Jamie Lilo. This is a contemporary all about a teenage girl whose mother gets into a severe car accident, has a head injury, and begins to think that she is a mermaid. So, okay. So I guess Ukiah, his mom is alive in this one, and she thinks she's a mermaid, and he's trying to do something about it. Okay. Up next is book 3, the arm or side character number 1. And for this one, I got Relic of Sorrows by Lindsay Broker. This is one of my favorite space opera series, and I could pick like an actual side character from this series, but I love Elisa Marchenko, the protagonist of this one, a lot, and I feel like her sarcasm would be great. So here's my thinking. We're going to make this sci-fi. It's going to be a space opera. Ukiah is an alien, so it makes sense. Elisa is the captain of a ship that he's hired to get his mom somewhere to take care of the whole she thinks she's a mermaid thing. And basically, Elisa is her usual sarcastic self and keeps making quips. And Ukiah is his usual soft boy missing social cue stuff and keeps getting confused. It's all coming together. I'm liking this now. Our next book is, of course, The Other Arm and Another Character. And this book, I'm so happy this was picked, is Starmark Rising by Shami Stovall. Are you tired of hearing about this book yet? Anyway, I actually went with a side character from this one. I'm going to go with Sawyer, who is our mechanic, or like our biomechanic in this one, who was basically a mutant herself. And so she is also part of the crew trying to help Ukiah's mom find herself. But she's really standoffish and she doesn't know how to deal with big social situations. So she basically just holds herself up most of the time. But she is still earnestly trying to look for a solution. Yes, I like this. Up next is book 5, one of the legs or the motivation of the book. And this one is a little tricky because our plot kind of comes with the motivation baked into it. But for this, I got Tavern by Destin J. Munden. So I'm going to say, because this book, a lot of the motivation is slice of life and building a found family, I'm going to say that Ukiah wants to build himself a found family to help his mom, but also along the way find something for himself in the crew that he's put together in this space opera. And I'm just realizing how the story I'm creating is all of my favorite tropes based on the books I read. Wow, this is going really well. Next up, the other leg, or the antagonist. And this one, there's like kind of 2 antagonists, but I kind of have to spoil it. So the book I got was Pet by Akwaeke Emeze, and this is also sci-fi-esque, kind of, and I liked that as well. Love it. But there's like kind of 2 antagonists in this story because, and I'm gonna spoil it real quick, the actual like physical person character antagonist is a child molester, but more importantly the story is focused on how everyone assumes that all of the monsters, all of the bad people were gone and it didn't happen anymore. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to go with the more like general theme of antagonist as opposed to trying to shove a child molester in here. But so the antagonist here is kind of this idea that everyone in this future sci-fi world just kind of assumes that like mental health problems aren't a thing anymore. And so when Yukaya's mom gets severe brain trauma and starts thinking she's a mermaid, everyone's like, but this doesn't happen anymore. She must be faking. And I like this. I like this idea. Okay, so we have a sci-fi book with a found family growing together based on like mutants and aliens, and they're living in a world where they're trying to help someone with mental health problems, but the world doesn't think that that's real. I want to read this book. But lastly, our 7th book is our close for our Frankenbook, and it is the cover. And admittedly, this is where things take a left turn, because the book I got for this was Pomegranate by Nicole Scarano. And this cover, I guess I can have someone eating pomegranates or no. Okay, so they're helping his mom like get through some things and work through some things, and then for whatever reason they end up on this like planet filled with pomegranates, and the scent of pomegranates, because we know scent is very much like connected to memory, olfactory senses and memory go hand in hand. All the scents of these pomegranates like all squished together bring back a memory in Yukaya's mom's head, and it starts unlocking things for her as she starts remembering, you know, maybe she and Yukaya used to like eat pomegranates together all the time. So she starts slowly coming back to herself. Of course, she still has some things to work through because, you know, mental health issues are never that quick, but we're on the road to recovery again. Therefore, putting a pomegranate on the cover. I got it. That's it. Awesome. That is my Frankenbook. It was weird, and I love it because it is a very nice slice of the kind of things that I've been reading. This is a lot of fun, and I like how this is a lighthearted video. So, if you are part of the Monsterathon and you have tried this challenge, link the video down below or tell me about the Frankenbook you created in your blog post or whatever. I think this is a really cute challenge, and I had a lot of fun with it, and also I love my taste in books, but with nothing else to say, I hope you have a wonderful day and a marvelous tomorrow.